Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited. I have a special guest, my sister. We are here today to just kind of talk about what made her leave the religion, the JW cult, what it was like for us both growing up and just coming out of the religion. So let's get into it. So my sister, I'll let you tell your name.
My name is Gayla. Gigi, if you want to be professional or not, I don't know, doesn't matter. But yeah, we both grew up in the religion. We both have the similar rhetoric. We have the similar experience. We grew up extremely sheltered. We couldn't do a lot of things. I just felt isolated growing up. I felt socially stifled. I felt like I was one in a million in this world. Like nobody else knew what we was going through. It was just us.
Yeah, it feels like that for real.
And it was so isolating and so mentally taxing that it took a toll on us. We didn't know. We didn't know until actually she told me a lot of the things that she went through. She said she went down a rabbit hole and things. I thought we was one in a million. We sitting here in the house not doing nothing, being told we need to read the Bible, study the Bible, go to school, make good grades, and do nothing else. That's all life was. And so it's not a good feeling. It really isn't. And I would never wish that on anybody. And now that looking back, yeah, I would never go back to that. I would never wish it on my children, my nephew, my daughter, nobody. It's not a good feeling to have. And it's not a good thing to put that on people. They don't give free thought. You have to have a certain blindsided, you know how like horses have those blinders on? That's what they want you to have. They want you to have the blinders. Don't look left or right.
You don't see nothing else but Jehovah.
That's it. That's all they want you to do.
Sleep, shit, Jehovah.
What?
Right, lady.
You asked a question? No, don't ask a question. You're not supposed to question nobody. Don't question Jehovah. Don't do that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. But like, what made you? Because our stories, they're similar in some instances. But fun fact, I'm gonna put a little insert in here. I want y'all to comment. Who do y'all think is older?
We get this so much.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. It's either one or the other. It's two things that people say all the time. Either it's one thing or it's the other. And nobody ever gets it right.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever gets it right.
I say that because one of us left before the other. And so, so those journeys look a little different. So I just want her to kind of tell what it was like for her to leave initially, or that process rather.
And so I wouldn't say it was me necessarily leaving. It was me more so rebelling. Of course, you've heard Marla's story about the constriction and the confinement, the isolation. After a while, I got to a point where it was like, what am I doing? I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to explore things. And it got to a point where it got obvious to my parents, where they were like, oh, I'm noticing you doing this, you doing that, what you doing? To a point where I got tired of hiding. I got tired of saying, yeah, this is what I'm doing. And to the point, basically, I got disfellowship because I had to go in front of the brothers, in front of the elders, and say what I was doing, and say how I was living. And I didn't feel resentful for it. I didn't feel no remorse. they asked me,
As you should.
right, they asked me, do you feel sorry for what you did? And I said, no. You can be no longer one of Jehovah's Witnesses. They went on the platform. I remember I was sitting in the congregation, in the Kingdom Hall. They stood up, gave me a lesson.
Now why she out here saying all last night? Like, girl.
It was kind of shameful, but at the same time, it was freeing. At the same time, like, done with this. Good. I can live my life how I want to live. It was, whew. Yeah, it was. So it wasn't more so of me leaving, it was just more of a me being me. Yeah.
Okay, so like tell us how old you were when you were like disfellowshipped and when you left.
Okay, so I was 22 when I left. And my dad, I remember him saying, when it all came out, you know you gotta find somewhere else to live, right? Within a week, I had my own apartment. I was out. I gave my house keys back, and I didn't talk to them for 6 years after. They didn't speak to me, didn't check on me. I call them, they don't answer the phone, nothing. It was absolutely crazy to me. And the only time that they only checked on me was when I got pregnant.
Yep. And I remember you being disfellowshipped, and I never understood. I was never okay with not talking to my sister. You know, right before she had, growing up, me and my sister were not the closest, truthfully. But at a certain point, a few years before she got disfellowshipped, we like got really close. She became like my best friend. And so when she got disfellowshipped, I just didn't understand. You really expect me not to talk to my sister? Like,
We still did, by the way.
we did.
Mm-hmm.
I was spending the night at her apartment with her and her worldly boyfriend. I was over there all the time. She would pick me up, take me places, you know. I'm finna not talk to my sister.
That's my sister. What you mean? They're my sister.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna talk to her.
Right.
So what?
Right. So how did it make you feel though to not talk to them for 6 years and all of that?
It felt isolating. It felt like they valued the religion over their own child that they birthed, that they created. Like they valued some other man-made constraints, some other man-made rules over your child and how they feel. I have a child. You have a child.
Mm-hmm.
I would never do that to my child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would value their opinion, although I may not completely understand it, but that's what they want to do, and I would value that. And they completely disvalued it. It's like, no, this is how it's supposed to be. Forget anything else. You're supposed to be like this. Nobody wants that.
Nope.
Nobody wants that.
It should be, as long as you're happy and living a good life.
You're not killing nobody. You're not breaking no laws.
Do what you do.
Do what you do. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still here to support you, love you, all that.
Right.
But that was cut off. That was done. Done for her.
I remember, might be a small example. I went to Georgia State. I was, for a hot second, I was a county major, and my mom, she knew somebody who was an accountant. And during my disfellowshipping stage, I never told you the story.
No, I remember the story. I do.
Yeah, and I just said, Mom, hey, can you get me in contact with that person? Like, just send an email, their number, or something, so I can, you know, get more information, because of whatever project I had at the time, I needed to get another accountant's perspective. And she said, I can't get that to you. I'm not really supposed to be talking to you right now. And hung up the phone. Mm-hmm. Something as simple as giving me a contact information. I'm not asking you to call them I'm not asking you to just an email or something that I can contact them myself. There's something as simple as that. It was cut off, so I couldn't ask them for nothing.
All right, so let's back up a bit. How was it for you growing up, like socially with friends, gatherings, like socially, even in school? How was that?
It was hard. I mean, you know that we didn't associate with nobody.
Mm-mm.
And when I say nobody, I mean nobody. Kids at school, kids in the neighborhood, our family, even the people in the Kingdom Hall. Nobody. We was so socially isolated. The kids at school was bad association. Kids in the Kingdom Hall was bad association. Our family was bad association. We barely even know our family now.
Yep.
Now.
Yep.
We just now barely tapping into them. And we in our...
They already know about me. It don't matter.
Okay. All
All right.
right.
Give away the secret.
We not. But I'm just saying, we barely know our family. And that's crazy. Like, I'm just now learning a lot of social things, or trying to unlearn a lot of social things that I've done, or what's the word? It's a trauma response, because we didn't talk to nobody. I mean, when I say nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, all we did was school, study, meetings, sleep,
Field service.
And
Repeat.
I said, and
Rinse and
repeat.
repeat. Rinse and repeat.
There was
Quite
no
literally.
social nothing. It was no talking on the phone with our girlfriends. It's no going out. It was no sleepovers. It was none of that. We didn't do...
Just to tell you how strict our parents were, it was little things. Like nail polish. I couldn't wear nail polish until when, I want to say I was in the 12th grade of high school. I couldn't get my hair straightened until I was 14.
Wait, it's nail polish. It had to be clear nail polish.
It had to be clear. It couldn't be red because
Right.
that was too grown. That was sluttish. You know, like I said, I couldn't get my hair straightened until I was 14. My dad used to review my books, my music. If he didn't like it, he would throw it all away. Books.
Wait,
And music.
I got a story on that one though.
Okay.
Daddy, he got a CD. You know, we used to buy a CD.
Yeah.
He would take the CD, burn it on the computer, delete the songs that he didn't want on there, and give me a whole nother CD with the songs
Honestly,
out
I
there.
didn't know that.
He used to do that.
He just threw my stuff away.
No, he used to give me the generic songs that wasn't unholy.
Wow.
Yes, he did, and write on the blank CD of Boys to Men, that, you know what I'm saying, with all the bad stuff off of it, quote unquote. Yeah, that's what he used to do.
I see. I didn't even know that. Learned something new today.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have a cell phone until I want to say how I got a cell phone, but that's gonna give away the age thing. But you know what? It don't matter. If y'all ain't ever guessed it yet, our sister's older than me by 6 years.
We don't look like it. I guess we might do today because I look a little... No, I don't. I'm still young as... Anyway.
But yes, I did not have a cell phone until my parents did not want me to have a cell phone until after I graduated from high school. So I was 18 at that point. You know, I'm already weird, isolated, don't have no friends. Now I ain't got no cell phone either. So she got disfellowshipped. She moved out. She got me a cell phone.
On the low.
On the low. But I wasn't sneaky enough. I had that thing on vibrate. And somebody texted me as my dad was walking past my bedroom. Because, you know, couldn't have the bedroom door closed either.
Daddy was so... he would be standing next to the door like this.
Yep. You just be like, you hear like the floor creaking. You be like, is that my daddy outside the door? God.
That's what he be doing.
Like, when I tell you my parents were down our backs, down. Couldn't do nothing. I already told you I couldn't go nowhere without my mama right there.
And I didn't know that either until I watched the videos. I didn't know she was down you like that, sis. Like crazy.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
So you were telling us also that like our parents didn't really start talking to you until you got pregnant. You were still disfellowship, but then like go from there.
I mean, I felt like they felt some type of way because my daughter, I have a daughter, she had nothing to do with it, so they wanted to be a part of her life, and that's the only reason why they came around. I get it, and I appreciate that, but it felt some type of way. Like this whole time, you didn't want to have anything to do with me, but as soon as I have a baby, okay, now you want to come around. You want to come around. Oh, she's born. You come to the hospital. Oh, mind you, my dad didn't come to the hospital. It was a story behind it, and I really hope that's true, but he didn't come, and I felt some type of way. But yeah, they only came around because of that. And after a while, I came to a point where it's like, I need my parents. I'm a new parent. I don't know what I'm doing. I need the support. So maybe I should just, get my things together and be reinstated again. So I did. I did what I was supposed to. Come back to the meetings every once in a while and sit there, write a letter to the brothers, and be reinstated. And I got reinstated, and I felt still ostracized. Like I was the unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the young one with the baby, and the father not there. Baby crying, the baby's crying, but I did not have tattoos, and I felt isolated, even though I'm trying to come back and do what I'm supposed to do. And the only reason I did, because this fellowshipping gives you this sense of isolation to the point where it kind of it forces you to want to come back because they're not talking to you.
That's all you know.
That's all you know. That's all the people you know. That's all you grew up to. You don't talk to nobody else. So if nobody is talking to you, you'll want them back naturally. So that's my reason of being reinstated. But I still felt this still ain't right. Mm-hmm. It's not loving. Like I'm trying to, I wouldn't even say I made a mistake because I love my daughter. It's not a mistake. But y'all making me feel like it's a mistake. Like I made a mistake. Yeah, it never felt right. It never set right with me. I could never settle into nobody's nothing. I'm always that one that messed up. And I could never recover from that in their eyes. And that's not cool.
Yeah. I know that feeling all too well. I had the same feeling after I had my son. Like, you were already a black sheep just because we were so isolated, on top of already being isolated. And now you are a single mom with a kid, and you're marked, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
They are looking at you, without saying it as bad association. You're getting less invites out to do anything because you got a kid. Mm-hmm. And you're not married.
Mm-hmm.
So
we had a kid out of wedlock. We fucked up, basically. And nobody wants to be around that.
Nope.
Nobody wants to be associated with that.
Nope.
So, yeah, it's not a good feeling to have.
And at a certain point, you just stop coming. Period. Like, what made you just forget it?
When did I stop coming? When I didn't feel no benefit. It was just, the only reason I went was to appease our parents. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to be around them, ultimately. I didn't really care about building a relationship with other people. I didn't care about nothing but being around our parents. Mm-hmm. That's it. Because that's the only stipulation they had. Come to the Kingdom Hall. come to the meetings. Then we might talk to you. We might talk to you. Not even we will. We might. Remember, it was a might.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, y'all are the only. I don't think. See, I cherish it so much because I know there are people who want to have a relationship with their parents and they can't. And we have that tangibly, but they choose not to. So, of course, naturally as kids, we're going to try to do what we can to make sure our parents want us. And that was the stipulation. So that was the only reason why I did it, just to see my parents. And that sounds crazy, but that's exactly what it was. And after a while, I was like, it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grown enough, I'm old enough to know this is not what I want. I'm sorry, Mom and Daddy, if that's not good enough for you, it's not good enough for me. I'm old enough, I'm strong enough now to know I love you. If that's what you want for me to do and I don't, and you can't fuck with me no more after that, it is what it is.
That's on you at that point.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm not going to fault you. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm still going to love you. You can still going to be my parents, and I'm still going to communicate with you. But if you're going to excommunicate me, if you're going to counsel me for how I feel, that's on you.
Yeah.
I still love you.
Yeah. So my sister, as you can see, had a different journey than me to exiting. So I just want to ask, like, okay, I was the one that kind of brought some of the information to her about the actual behind the scenes things that was going on in the organization. Of course, you know, we all know about the isolation and the excommunication, the shunning, all of those. But if you don't look into the other things, you're just not going to know. So I gave those things to her. How did that make you feel to know all the things that were going on behind the scenes, or even what happened with me that you didn't know?
I was purely pissed. Like, I wanted to fight.
Mm-hmm.
I truly wanted to fight. And you know that. You know that about me. I will. You see how she laughing? She already know. I'm gonna fight. I wanted to fight because it's asinine to me. It's crazy. There's no logic in any of that at all. How can things like that happen with SA cases and you need 2 witnesses? What 2 people was gonna sit there and see that to witness to it, to corroborate anything? Make it make sense, please and thank you. It doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And to sit here and follow after men, not to mention some white men,
One black guy.
one black guy, sit there and follow after these can I say motherfuckers? I'm gonna say these motherfuckers. Come on now. Please make it make sense. And you can't have your own comprehensive thought. You can't question, like, hold on, that don't make sense. And the first thing out somebody's mouth, don't question Jehovah. You're supposed to read the scripture and just
Believe it.
believe in the governing body and the faithful and discreet slave. Who said that?
Show me the scripture where it says 10 grown men and one black guy are the leaders, the voices for God. Show me that scripture.
I'm sorry.
You can't find it.
Right.
It's nowhere to be found. Make it make sense.
Who told you that?
They did.
And you believed it?
They did. Like craziness.
And you still believe it. See, I want to say something. I don't know if this is premature, if you want to go further. This baffles my mind right now. Y'all, Jehovah's Witnesses, are listening so hard and intently. When we grew up, it wasn't no beers.
Nope.
Wasn't no beards.
Wasn't no ladies wearing no pants.
Wasn't no pants. But y'all doing it now. Because who? Who said it?
Don't grown men.
Oh, okay. But y'all doing it now.
You know, there's a scripture that says, "Do not cut your beard." Quite literally, do not cut your beard. But all them years, what they was telling y'all, you know.
I love my dad. Purely, I love my parents. But when I see my dad with a beard, I had never in my life seen that man with a beard. And when I seen it, I was like,
oh, you're lost. That was my first thought. Oh, you're lost. Mm-hmm.
I don't think y'all can see my face. Daddy, you got a beard? Why you got a beard? Oh, the governing body said we can wear a beard.
Who? You needed them grown men to tell you that? Oh, Lord.
I love you, Daddy, but make it make sense, please, and thank you.
Right. And my mom was like, oh, and then they told us we could start wearing pants in the Kingdom Hall. And I was just like, that's nice.
Respectfully, what does that have to do with religion and worship?
It's control.
I just don't get it. I've always had questions growing up as a kid. And I'm like, that don't make sense. But we weren't supposed to ask no questions. No questions. Just do it. Don't ask no questions.
Mm-hmm. It don't matter if it don't make sense.
It don't make no sense. Just do it. And it bothered me to my core. I'm like, but 2 + 2 = 4, right? This is sound like 6 to me.
No, really.
It
math ain't math.
It ain't math.
And you all have heard my story about CSA and everything. My video did pretty good on that one. So of course it got out to my actual family members who are not witnesses, and of course to the witnesses. And as a result, I had a family member of mine call my mother and tell her about my video. She wanted answers as to why they did not protect me. To make a long story short, my mother basically said, I love her, but there's nothing I can do about it. I can't change it. And then my family member told my mother, well, my mother also said, I think Marla's very angry. I don't know what to do because she's just so angry. My family member had to tell her what love looks like. What do you do when you love somebody because what you did is not love? And as a result, my sister has tried to call her. I haven't tried because I already know I'm not going to get an answer. I've already tried that before. But they're no longer answering her phone calls or anything. What did you say? Went straight to voicemail, right?
Both mama and daddy's phone went straight to voicemail. It's like,
so
we gotta call him from a dummy number. I'm serious to see what really was up. But you probably gonna edit that part.
No, my position it may be a little skewed, but I've tried to get answers. I've tried to talk to you, open communication. Nothing I said to them was given in a rude manner, at least to my knowledge. So for you to not want to talk to me, for you not to take accountability, I'm kind of hands off at this point. My sister has a different viewpoint. I'll let her tell hers, but it just kind of shows how deep the indoctrination, even when you lay the facts out, you lay your feelings out, they do not want to hear it. And when my mom told my family member that I seemed so angry, my family member told her, like, yo, I watched her videos. I feel like it's more towards the religion than you all, honestly. And my mom completely shut down and said, I do not want to discuss my religion. These are my beliefs. I'm not changing it. I don't want to talk anymore. And she shut down. And that is literally how witnesses are told to behave. As soon as anybody speaks out against the religion, they're to shut it down. Because guess what? You're mentally diseased. Your Satan is influencing you, and you're gonna influence them to act like Satan, basically.
You're an apostate at this point. You're the Antichrist, pretty much.
Yeah.
See, I have a similar feeling with her, with Marla, about this, because it's my sister. I protect her. Like, she know that. We're not gonna have that conversation. But I'm saying, I knew, because I was disfellowship before some of this happened, or some of this came out that she spoke about in the videos. So I knew a little bit of it because of what happened, but I didn't know the details until now. Like the true deep down details. And it bothers me to my core, and I don't like it. I don't like how my parents handle it. I don't like how the religion handles it. I can't even speak. I don't want nothing to do with it. It's absolutely crazy to me that you would choose a religion over your child's well-being, your mental health, what they need, just to save face, just to make it look good. Like, who fucking cares? Your child needs fucking help right now. Like, what are you doing? So no, I didn't live her truth, but I heard it, and it killed me to my core. Like, I don't want none of that. I can't subscribe to any of that, and I don't want to subscribe to it. It's absolutely crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Man, it's not fair. It's not, I can't even think of the word. It's not even logical. And the fact that even though she put out these videos, the fact that now they shutting down and they don't want to talk to us at all. Like, you don't even know. I called my mom straight to voicemail. I was like, maybe her phone died. I don't know. Something wrong. Called again, straight to voicemail. 2 days later, called again, straight to voicemail. It's like, I'm your daughter. Something could be wrong.
You wouldn't know, though.
You would never know. You know now, though. Hi, Mom.
I doubt they're actually gonna watch these videos.
They watching these videos. I promise you they watching these videos.
So.
They can't help themselves. They watch. They gotta know. They gotta know something.
Oh man, that might be a little much. I don't know.
What of us?
Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Okay, nothing. Okay.
My bad. Something you gotta edit out. My bad. Sorry.
Well, I'm not gonna edit that. Just to make it funny.
But no, for real, cause that's crazy though. Like, Mom, I even if you watching it, I don't know if you watching it or not. But Mama, you see our faces. You know what we deal with. It's not a game. This is some serious shit that we deal with. And I'm sorry to cuss, Mom, but...
But, you know, at the end of the day, they're just placing importance really over... They're placing what the men say over...
Does that make sense to you?
Their daughters.
Does that make sense to you? We are over here hurting. And you would rather listen to these... Who? Do you even know their names? You would listen to them people, them motherfuckers, to tell you when and when you can't grow a beard, when you can and can't have pants on, when you can and can't... Like, please make it make sense while we over here hurting.
Did you know they just released the video? I talked to you about this earlier. They just released the video about apostates. They also put a segment in there about even social media, about like this husband is scrolling and he sees women that are like maybe dressed a little provocatively. Now there are examples where like a girl wearing like what I'm wearing, but she working out, like not provocative at all. But at the end of the day, he deleted the social media app because it was too tempting. And the brother got in after the video. You know, they do a little cut scene. He's like, "Do you think it was extreme that he deleted that app off of his phone?" No, because if it's gonna take us away from Jehovah, we need to get rid of it. And I was like, these motherfuckers. What? Not you. Of course, it was like Instagram, but they didn't show that it was Instagram. You know, copyright, all that. But like you telling me to get rid of Instagram and stuff? Oh, okay.
Come on now. So, do you?
Y'all gonna feed into it too.
She said this in another video. What did you say? It was like belt or the letters that you said?
Oh, yeah. The bite model.
The bite model. They isolate you. They will take everything away from you to make you feel like you're only supposed to have one specific avenue and
to get all your information.
Get all your information from one thing. Just like you said, you don't just, when you buy a car, you checking all this, that, and that, not just this one thing. So you got to think about, if they only want you, it's isolatory. You have to understand and wake the fuck up. They are trying to brain the fuck wash you. And because everything else that's out there makes sense. What they have is going to make you just be stagnant and stuck. I'm so glad we woke the fuck up. I'm so glad, because it's crazy.
Yeah, but we also know it's not an easy process. Been there, and when you first time you hear something that is very damning or against the religion, it's literally mind blowing. You heard her say she got really angry. I literally felt like my world had been shattered, because that's all you've known. So it's not an easy process to wake up, but it's still very possible. And if you just put your skills, your mind to it, open mind rather, you know, you're able to see these things for what it really is. And I think that's why they put that video out, because more and more people are using social media, i.e. YouTube and stuff, to get their information. And more of us are speaking out against this, speaking out against the religion, and they don't like it. They don't want anybody to have anything to do with it because it's gonna take them away from the organization. So,
why do you think that is, though? That's just a random ass thought that I just had. Why do they need so many witnesses, aka followers, in the truth? Like, how does that benefit the organization?
That's a good question. I feel like it's a control aspect. One, just that's something that I'm still trying to figure out, honestly. What is the reason behind it? But what's the reason behind any cult? Control, power. You get to do with these. You get to tell people what to do, and it's an ego booster, right?
I was gonna say, is it just ego? Y'all getting off on it? Like, what are we?
I don't know.
What's the ultimate point? Like,
I don't know. I know there's going to be a few keyboard warriors, and they're talking about they're doing it because it's God's word. It's God's direction. They're being directed by God. Even though they sat there and told you, it's either your face that they're not infallible nor inspired by God, but you're going to ignore that part. I don't know the reason behind it.
yeah, I don't either. Yeah, that's a very good question, because you have to get something out of it to be pushing this hard. Is it money? 'Cause I don't see the money. All the key malls look the same. They look real basic and no windows.
But that's when you do their research. They have a lot of investment properties. They have nursing homes. They have investment properties. They have a lot of investing. They invest into companies that weapons, all kinds of companies. They have money in. So it's generating revenue for them. So think about it. They have all these buildings. Free labor. Nobody's paying for anything. They are not paying anybody except for a little bit in Bethel. They're giving like $100 a month to live off of in Bethel.
You're
in the
right.
grand scheme of things, they're making more money than giving you $100 a month.
You're right, because I remember growing up, I used to be on the roofing committee. Like that was like
Free labor.
That was a privilege to be able to be a part of building a kingdom home.
What they call that? The LDC committee or some committee?
LBC.
It was some building committee.
I don't know. But yeah,
I used to hate them things because you want me to come in here and work for free in the sun? I did that like once or twice, and I was like, I'm not doing this no more. I be fucked up. I'm not out here doing this.
I used to be on the roof. I actually kind of liked it though. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of liked it. You know, I'm the tomboy.
Right.
Yeah, but I kind of liked it. But yeah, looking back, yeah, it was free. We don't get paid.
It's
nothing.
always free labor. So they're cutting costs. You know, a normal company, when they build a building, they have to pay for parts, labor, all of that. All they're paying for is the parts. Everything else is coming for free. Unless, of course, I'm sure there's some random cases where they have to contract out some piece of something. But in the grand scheme of things, they're paying much less than a normal company would. So what are they doing with the rest of the money? They're not doing charity work. You know, like normal churches might have food drives or anything like that. They're not clothing drives, anything to help the needy, the homeless in the community. They don't do any of that. So they're just really pocketing the money at the end of the day.
You know what? I think about it. You know, was it like once a month they would announce? I remember. I'm not gonna say his name. Brother X. That's what we're gonna say. He would get on the stage and say, "Okay, this is the monthly expenses." You remember? You know what I'm talking. This is the monthly expenses, and I'm like, where is money going? Where does money come from?
You know what I can never understand? When we go to conventions and they do the same thing, and they be like, we're in a deficit of $9,000. Deficit?
What?
How are we in a deficit? Make it make sense. They
All
rattle all these numbers off.
Right.
The math don't be math. You be like, how is it a deficit?
After all this, we didn't pass, like, they had the contribution boxes in the back, and they had to encourage people, go ahead and make sure you contribute to the contribution boxes. And I'm like, I done watched countless amount of people go back there. Why we ain't got no money? Why this, bro?
I need answers.
Why this not fixed? So I don't know. It's just all a scam to me.
Yep.
A scam and a sham, shambles, fallacy, all of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I don't want to make this video too long. So if you guys enjoyed it, let me know. Comment any other ideas, your thoughts, all of that. If you want to see us do another video again, let me know and we can make it happen. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.